So I just got some of my favorite food from Nando's, okay? And I got the Fiesta fries. I got my favorite pulled chicken burger and a salad, okay? But I wanted to take some time before I eat my food to talk to you about how hard my life is right now in Southeastern Africa. Like, I have a whole list here that I need to talk to you about, and it's super serious. I really want you to listen to the end of the video so that you can empathize and understand what I'm going through so that when you move to Africa, you can make the best decisions as humanly possible. So, number one, let me define hard for you. When I'm talking about hard, what I really mean to say is I have decisions that I need to make. As a wife, as a mother of 5 children, as someone that is traveling abroad in Southeastern Africa that also wants to spend some time in Benin, Sierra Leone, I want to hit up a few different countries this year. And so my hard decision is mainly rooted and based in the fact that I want to get a second passport, okay? So just keep that in mind. That's the context of this video. Number 2, deciding on if I should visit Zanzibar. So I used to live in Tanzania with my family for 3.5 years straight without going back to America, had our student visas, then got our work permit, and we're in the process of the residence permit before coming here to Southeastern Africa and getting the digital nomad work permit visa, which is actually a residence permit, okay? Which, by the way, is free, okay? And so I was thinking, like, man, I haven't been to Zanzibar in a few years, since 2021. It's 2025. I feel like I don't even know what Zanzibar looks like anymore. By the way, if you don't know what Zanzibar is an island nation that is a part of Tanzania. Historically, before Tanzania was a country, it was like Tanganyika and Zanzibar, okay? And so the two came together to create Tanzania, okay? And so Zanzibar is just such a beautiful destination. It kind of reminds me of the destination that I'm in right now, to be quite honest, which is why I want to go there and just do some, like, you know those Venn diagrams that we had in school, and you could, like, compare and contrast. That's what I want to do. I want to compare and contrast life that I've been living right now, where I'm at. By the way, you can subscribe to members only if you want to know what exact country and city I'm currently in. That happens to be a little cloudy today. This is so rare. But that's what I've been thinking about. Like, I wonder if I should just spend like 3 days in Zanzibar, make some connections down there, because these are the decisions that I have to make as a digital nomad, mom, wife, entrepreneur. These are the decisions that are hard to make, okay? These are hard decisions. This is like, geez, I don't know where I want to travel to. Like, do I want to go to South Africa? Do I want to go to Zanzibar? Then if I do go to South Africa, how much time do I want to spend there? And then, these are a lot of decisions. But number 3, deciding on if I should renew our free residence permit. Big decision, huge decision, hard decision. I need to know, like, we have this free residence permit that we have due to the nature of our business and the industry that we're in. And I'm like, should I renew it and stay here for a couple more years? Or should I go travel a little bit and go to the west side of Africa to get in connection with my actual legacy in Western Africa? Or should I spend some time in South Africa or Tanzania and go back and forth between those two like we have been? And so that's like, not sure which one to do. That's the type of hard that I'm dealing with in 2025 since making the decision to travel and move abroad to Africa. These are decisions that have to be made, okay? And there's a timeline on these decisions. These decisions need to be made like in the next 3 months, okay? I need to decide. We need to decide what we want to do, okay? Number 4, hard. Breastfeeding and staying home with my baby daughter. I have 5 children. One is 1 year old. And my life in South Africa, Southern Africa, is hard when I think about, wow, I've been so blessed to be able to breastfeed 3 of my children. The first 2 a little bit, but not that much. The last 3 breastfeed. I breastfed all of the last 3 until they were 2.5 years old. And our youngest daughter is now 1.5 years old. And so I'm like, do I want to breastfeed her for another year? I'm so thankful, though, that I have the ability to stay home and breastfeed. I'm not working in healthcare anymore. That was so long ago that I worked in healthcare, in 2018. 2017, I don't have to worry about, oh, am I going to be able to breastfeed my child? I actually saw a video yesterday of a sister and I just felt bad for her. She's a mom of 6 on Instagram, and she just gave birth. She just had a baby, and she had to go back to work after 6 to 8 weeks. And I don't know if she's able to breastfeed. I remember I used to think about that in healthcare, and when I was working in corporate America, I was like, so if I have another child, I would have to like pump in the bathroom. But literally, I breastfeed my daughter. I just, she gets her milk whenever she gets it, because we own our time and we own our freedom, and I'm not on anybody else's clock. And so I'm like, wow. I was thinking about that. I was like, wow, that's very difficult. But then I was humbled thinking about, wait, the things that I'm thinking about actually aren't hard things. They're not hard decisions. They're not things to complain about. These are actually privileges that I have due to the decisions that we've made by the grace of the Most High back in 2020. We made the right decision so that we could be living our dream life and have time ownership, freedom to homeschool our children, freedom to breastfeed, freedom to just live. And so that's number 4. Number 5 that's hard. I don't know if y'all gonna laugh at this one. So I've been doing this slow morning routine, okay, where I just take my time and I make these bagels from scratch. And I was just thinking, I was like, wow, these bagels, this dough, kneading this dough is a little bit hard. But then I was thinking, like, man, a lot of people don't even get to do slow mornings. A lot of people in the West are just so rushed that they don't even get a chance to make bagel dough with their children. They don't get a chance to homeschool. They don't get a chance to just have a slow morning where they can just ease into their life every day and do a few hours of deep work. And then after those few hours of deep work, extract what they need to extract out of their life, their business, homeschooling their kids, all of that, so that they can be in a place where they're actually putting in work that matters. That's what I want to talk about. Putting in intentionality that matters, not just wasting their time. And so I was like, wow, these slow mornings, it's, some days it's bagels, homemade bagels. Some days it's pancakes. Some days that's actually the only two we alternate between, bagels and pancakes, basically. So there's that. That's also a decision, though. That can be a difficult decision when you're like, do I want to do pancakes today? Do I want bagels? Then if I do have a bagel, is it going to have butter? Is it going to have cream cheese? Is it going to have peanut butter? These are just some of the decisions. Next, embracing African culture. It's such a hard decision. So hard. Let me tell you why. Embracing African culture is such a hard decision because you have to get used to living in a society and a culture that you're not used to, okay? We spend a lot of time in Swahili culture, still actually come across Swahili culture, to be quite honest, in the southern region, the SADC region of Africa, which technically we've been in the SADC region all along and didn't realize it. And you should definitely look that up if you're not privy to what that is. But like, wow, these are the things that come across as hard when the diaspora thinks, oh my gosh, Africa is so difficult. I have to learn a new culture. I have to have freedom. I have to travel. These are the list of things that people say is very difficult. So these are things that people are like, well, make sure you warn us and tell us. And it's like, yeah, you might have to embrace a new culture and travel and experience new people and a new life outside of what you're used to. But if I'm really honest, knowing that the Most High has eyes everywhere and the Most High watches everything that I do, everything that I say, everything that I think about it as, wow, this is such a privilege to even be able to be immersed in somebody else's culture and to return to the motherland, return to the roots, not only return to because technically my roots are in West Africa, but I really get to like tour Africa in a slow way and just slowly like enjoy Southeastern Africa. Eventually I'll be enjoying West Africa, Eventually one day I'd also like to take some time in Madagascar, but just these are the things that are like, wow, people complain about stuff like this, but this is such a privilege and such a blessing. And that's why I want you to take away from this video that you're going to have to renew your mind to be thankful to the Most High in all things, especially when you live a life like this that's so plentiful. I mean, we have clients that have been able to go from Tanzania to South Africa to other countries in East Africa to Rwanda to Ghana, to Senegal, to Nigeria. Like, it's just such a beautiful life to live when you make that decision to diversify outside of the West. Now, are we on number 7? We're on number 7. Communicating with my Tanzanian family that is back in Tanzania. That's such a difficult decision. I know people would be like, oh my gosh, it's so difficult. You know what? I've actually had people say this to me. I had somebody say to me a few years ago, it must be so difficult to have to show up on social media. These are things that people allow to come out of their mouths. It must be so difficult to own your business. And you know what I say to that? I say, absolutely not. It's just not. It's not difficult to turn on the camera and to talk about things that I'm passionate about, things that I love to talk about. It's not difficult to give praises to the Most High on camera. It's not difficult to actually have to strategize and communicate with my Tanzanian family back in Tanzania, whether it's in the village areas or in Dar es Salaam, just connecting, sending updates, sending pictures to my family that's back there. Because, Tanzanians, they're like Tuko Pamoja. We are one. Like, when they meet you, they will never forget you, and they will continue to inquire, hey, when you coming back? When you coming back? But these are some of the things that people, if you're not in the right mindset, you'll think, oh my gosh, that's so difficult to have all of these decisions to make. Why don't you tell me I would have to make these beautiful, blessed, privileged decisions, And then the last one, number 8, is diversifying. Oh, no, I have 9. No, I don't have 9. Okay. Number 8 is diversifying. So that's kind of like number 1, where we're like, hey, do we want to renew here for our free digital nomad visa residence? Do we want to travel elsewhere? Do we want to experience Johannesburg? We even talked about, do we want to experience Benin? Do we want to do that and see Cotonou, Benin? Because I've been looking at the videos and it's looking mighty, mighty, mighty fantastic. By the way, if you're in Benin, if you're Beninese, if I'm saying that right, I would love for you to leave a comment down below, okay? But yeah, diversifying and saying like, what are we doing with our stock investments in 2025? What are we doing with our crypto? What are we doing with our business? What are we investing in? What mentorship are we investing in? I was looking at one that I want to invest in. I'm thinking before the end of this month. It's new. I have not been around this mentor before, so I'm like, okay, that'll put us in some new rooms, get us some new contacts. Again, this is all virtual, all online, and so people may hear that and hear online business and think, oh my gosh, it's not passive. I actually have to work and connect with people and invest in mentorship. That's so hard. And I mean, if that's what you call hard, for me, honestly, I think that's easy. That's simple. That's a dedication. That's a blessed thing that you're able to do. And I like to have fun and enjoy that journey while I do it. Even if I got to wake up early in the morning or stay up late at night, either way, I own my time. I own my freedom. I'm a digital nomad, and I get to basically wake up when I want, go sleep when I want, serve my clients throughout the day, be in a manager, CEO position when I'm speaking to clients. Even when you speak to clients, it's not even like this isn't like shade to like W-2 employees, but it's very much a consultant. Like, I value your expertise. Come bring me your expertise. Perfect. I value your time. When the hour mark is up, that's it. Very firm, clear boundaries. And people hear things like that and they're like, wow, that must be so difficult. And it's like, actually, it's the most blessed thing I've ever been privileged to experience in my life, to be quite honest. When you have these people, especially when they're in your community, people that are on corporate contracts that want to sign multi-year contracts with you and they want to work with you for longer periods of time, that's so blessed. That's one of our favorite blessings that we've been able to experience in 2024. And then lastly, which kind of goes into number 9, I'm already kind of talking about it, running our international finance and real estate business from our 5-bedroom villa in Southeastern Africa and getting on Zoom calls 2 times a month for these large contracts. So hard, so difficult, right? So, oh my gosh. Wow. It's such a blessing to be able to work with finance and real estate firms so that they can further their mission in business, so that they can actually come out on top in 2025 and beyond. We have the most incredible clients. And I think really my favorite thing this year that some probably would call a hard decision. In 2023, we dropped off a lot of small contracts and replaced them with a few large contracts. So the difference between having 6 to 10 marketing agency, not including Black Educators Amplified, not including our workshops, not including our courses, not including any of that. The difference between having the actual digital marketing agency clients, 6 to 10 of them at a time, working with marketing agencies, and working with marketing agencies, you may have to work on 10 different accounts inside that agency, if that makes sense. If you'd like me to break that down further, check out the links in the description. But going from that in 2023 to 2024 being like, oh yes, let's do these multi-year, 5-year contracts, 3-year contracts. Leveling up and having a more sophisticated business model has been one of the most blessed things. And that actually was a hard mindset. It wasn't hard in itself to come into that increase and just have it so that people are like, can I just work with you for the next 18, 24 months, like right off the bat? Like, I don't want to do 3 months. I don't want to do 6 months. I want to work with you for much longer than that. I want to lock you in right now. Now, that mindset was difficult to overcome because we weren't used to that. And so it is good to stretch beyond your limits. So what your limit may be, you think you're just destined to be in California forever. You think that you're destined to live in Texas forever. You will have to stretch your limits and your capacity. But on the other side of that is fruitfulness and abundance like you have never experienced in life. And that's what I want to leave you with today. My hard life in Southeastern Africa. Shalom, shalom. See you in the next video. Check out the links in the description if you want to get in touch and see what we have available for you. Shalom.